send hundreds of InMails on LinkedIn. But before I get into that and I show you all the InMails that I've been sending, the real question I have for you is, do you have an assistant for LinkedIn that can really, really help you organize your contacts? So for example, if I go into LinkedIn, into Evie AI, and I click on Save Profiles, you're going to notice that I have lots of different people that I saved into Evie AI, and I tag them so that I can quickly be able to learn about them, see what they're up to, and be able to build a relationship with them to be able to help them get clients and take their life to the next level. And so how do I do this? I do this using a Google Chrome extension called Evie AI, which is like a little assistant that sits on the side of my browser. And if I see somebody that I really like and I want to build a relationship with them, I'm able to put them into a category. For example, Evie AI Pro is a category, and allow me to later follow up on the person. Now I can click on this quick link thing over here, and it'll just open up all of their posts very quickly. And if I see he posted something, say 14 minutes ago, I can go in here, click generate, and it'll write a comment about this particular post. Then I can easily insert it if I like it. I can tag him if I want so he gets reminded that I exist. And now I'm top of mind with my client. Most people are not doing that. But, what I love to do as well, besides doing that, just hitting generate, writing comments about the person, and then inserting those comments into LinkedIn, I also like to use Sales Navigator. So any profile that you have on LinkedIn, you could easily click on Save into Sales Navigator here, or click on View and then View in Sales Navigator, and it kind of opens up the profile right over here. You see that? I can open it up right here, and then I can see information about them. I can get introduced to them if I need to. I can check out their experience, their education, their interests, their skills, their timeline. But one of the cool things that you can do is you can actually send them a message. And over here I have credits that I'm using. So if I only have 100 credits or 120 credits, how is it possible that I was able to send hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages? How is that even possible? The answer is using a very specific method that I teach my clients on how to be able to connect with people. Now, quite a few people are going to say that they're not interested, but I'm going to get some people that are very interested. And that's kind of like how it works. Like when you send messages to hundreds of people, many of them are going to ignore you. Some of them are going to say, sorry, I'm not interested, which is totally fine. But some of them are going to say, I'm totally interested and I want to do business with you. And, there are people that I've sent messages to 6 months ago that suddenly reply and say that they're interested. So it kind of just sits there and they go through their messages when they get a chance and then they reply. Now, keep in mind that these people also will get an email from me. So it not only will it send them a message to their inbox on LinkedIn, but it'll also send them a message directly to their email. So this is extremely useful for people that you want to be able to build a relationship with, connect. So this guy over here, let's just see what I sent him. I see we connected here on LinkedIn. I hope blah, blah, blah. I have an interesting project. And he didn't reply to me. Okay, so this was in 2023. I sent this guy, again, we're not connected. I sent him a message in 2023. I followed up again a message today, 2 years later. I said, we don't believe in automation because we comply with LinkedIn terms and conditions, but we did build an agent. This is last night at 11:40. I was meeting with a client actually at 11, and I wanted to show him how I do this, and I went ahead and sent this message. And then this morning at 7 a.m., he accepted it and said, sure. And then I made him a nice little Loom video. This is actually really fascinating because I was able to do tons of AI research on this guy. You see, Evie AI allows me with a click of a button to be able to research a person and to be able to learn everything there is about them. So as you can see over here, he's the managing director and CEO of Chicago Capital Holdings, a family-controlled merchant banking and financial advisory firm in Illinois. With over 4 decades of experience in finance, business development, and management, he co-founded the firm and has been instrumental in executing its business strategy. His expertise encompass receivership, board governance, finance, labor contracts, and shareholder disputes. This is his target market: mid-market businesses undergoing transition or distress, real estate investors and developers, financial institutions seeking interim management or advisory services, and then family-owned enterprises that need of succession planning or capital restructuring. And as you can see, these are his key services and how he helps clients, his contact information. So it's really interesting that now I have his email address because artificial intelligence handed it to me. You see that? And then what I can do is I can go into here and I can save his email address into Evie AI so that I always have it. I also have a phone number that I can use to call him if I want to call him, that I can put into the phone number button over here. So now I have a phone number. And if I want to be able to include any of these links as a quick link, I can add the link here. I personally like to use their recent activity as a quick link, especially if they're active. You see he posted 6 days ago. So I personally like to save the recent activity here. So I hit save, and then I tag them as a prospect. And I could also tag them as a Sales Navigator prospect, someone that responded from Sales Navigator. And like I said, most people are going to either respond they're not interested or they're not going to respond at all. But if I send 100 messages and 10 people say they're not interested and 3 say they're interested out of every 100, that means if I send 1,000 messages, I'm going to get 30 interested, 100 not interested. That means if I send 10,000 messages throughout the year, I'm going to get 300 people that raise their hand and say they're interested. That means 3 out of 100. That means 30 out of 1,000. That means 300 out of 10,000. Now, would you be interested in having 300 additional qualified leads that raise their hand and say that they're interested in doing business with you over the course of a year if you use this strategy? I don't know about you, but if I got 300 people that said they were interested and 100 paid me even just $1,000, that's an extra $100,000 in revenue by you spending maybe, let's just say, 10, 15 minutes a day doing prospecting. That's another $100,000 in revenue. I don't know about you, but in my business, that really makes a difference. Adding 100,000, even if you're $1 million business, if you have 10 sales reps doing this, that's another $1 million in new revenue to your business, simply because you decided to implement a strategy that works. And I'm happy to train your team and give them the tools to be able to do this specific thing. But using templates and using artificial intelligence and using an assistant can really be the difference between being successful at failing at what you do. And I'm constantly staying top of mind with people as well. So this is just part of the strategy. It's not just this, it's all of it together. That's really the key, is using all the different strategies together to be successful on the platforms. So let's see what James said. James just liked this. Oh, look at that. So let's see. I have some people liking over here. I have people that have messaged me here. Mike says, hey, Joe, hope you're well. I'm traveling a lot, way too much. Love to catch up. Here's my Calendly. I'm going to say thanks. And this is a simple message. I said, want to catch up soon? And he says, yes, he's interested. So I'm going to go here, take this message, send it to my assistant. Eventually what I'm going to build out is the ability to have a to-do list that I can kind of, allow me to be able to do what I need to do properly and kind of save these types of things. But that's really the idea. So I really hope that you enjoy watching this and doing these types of activities. I really hope that you enjoy doing these types of activities, because I very much enjoy it. I very much enjoy building relationships with people, getting to know them, just building out these things. Look, I'm going to pull up his information. There's many different places you can capture people's information. You can use AI research. You can just pop open their about section. I see this person just had a birthday. That's kind of like how his thing came up, because I wish people happy birthdays or happy belated birthdays. So I kind of just saved him over here. I'm also going to tag him as scheduling, because I'm scheduling a meeting with him now, so I could remember that I'm scheduling a meeting. I see a day ago he posted this here, so I'm going to use AI. I have an AI writer. I can go in here and I can just press a keyboard shortcut that automatically writes a comment on his post with a click of a button. I don't believe in like using necessarily automation to leave comments automatically. I want to read the comment first, and I want to make sure that I'm actually reading the comment and then leaving him a thoughtful comment related to his post. But as you can see, I have many different filters here, and this is going to be a whimsical comment here. Okay, I'm going to delete this last sentence here. I didn't love it so much, but boom, just like that. So I did leave him a bunch of comments on his posts, just like that, and that helps me be able to stay top of mind. I'm also going to go ahead and endorse him. So I go in here, new business generation. I just give him an endorsement. And if I want to leave him a recommendation, I could leave him a recommendation. So check this out. I'm going to click on recommend Mike. I'm going to do my relationship. Mike was a client, principal at Razor Logistics. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to click on the microphone on the bottom right. I've interacted with Mike many times at the Office Moving Alliance and as a client of my artificial intelligence technology. And I can say that he has a lot of integrity. He's just a great guy, really good business development guy, and a great business leader. I love the way that he manages sales teams and the way that he helps his clients be able to get the most out of everything related to corporate logistics. Highly recommended. Now I'm going to hit generate because I don't want to sit there and say that. I mean, I want to say this, but I don't want to kind of say that. So I like what this says over here. It's a pleasure working with Mike. I come as a standout leader. Mike only drives it out. If you're looking for someone to combine integrity with exceptional business acumen, Mike's your guy. Okay, good. I like that. Very professional. Okay, so I just left him a recommendation. So I gave him an endorsement, left him a recommendation because he has none. I commented on his last 3 posts, and I already have a meeting booked with him. He has 22,000 followers, and this is a massive potential for us to be able to go deep with a very successful corporate logistics leader that will help me be able to really impact an organization. Now, if I go to profile viewers here on LinkedIn, I can see all these people that have been looking at my profile. And some of these are people that are prospects, and some of them are people that I sent messages through Sales Navigator. So, for example, this guy, Doug, if I pull up this profile, you'll notice that he's a guy from the Retail AI Council. And if I click on view, I can message him like this. If I click on more and then view in Sales Navigator, I can tell that, hey, I messaged this guy on 4:30. Now, this guy didn't reply to me. You see? He didn't reply to me. But he looked at my profile. Can you see that? I sent him a message. What time did I send him the message? I sent him the message at 11:58 p.m. last night. And when did he look at my profile? Let's see when he looked at my profile. Let's go back one step. He looked at my profile 2 hours ago. So let's just say 6:30 a.m. he checked out my profile. Isn't that interesting? I do have to go because I have a networking session with 45 CEOs in the next few minutes. But I just want to say this is one of the most powerful things you can do. I'm going to save this guy's profile as a lead inside Evie AI, just like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and I'm going to do a little bit of AI research. I'm going to use a different agent. I'm going to use 2 separate agents. I'm going to use one called Copilot, which is a Microsoft agent. And then I'm going to use one called Perplexity, which I opened up as well here, which is a different agent. And as you can see, I have conversation starters. I have notable achievements. I have key services, target market, all this information about him that I can then use to be able to go deeper with him and build that relationship and actually get to know him. And, I know that he looked at my profile. He might not know that I know. He might not know that. But I know that he looked at my profile. And I know that he's a seasoned leader with retail experience, the founder of blah, blah, blah. So I can proactively reach out to him and see what it says. And now I have his email address right over here. I'm going to go here, copy all this. And I'm going to send him a little message from the other side. And I'm going to say, I'm going to delete all these extra, because I don't need the citations. I don't need to tell him where it found it. That's just for me to know that it's like accurate. That's my fact checking. This is me fact checking. Is this, let's say, is this AI research? Okay, I'm going to press send. Okay, so I just sent him this, and let's just see if this is valuable to him or not. Now, what I can also do is I can save it as a note, and then I can tag him as a prospect. I'm going to tag him as a prospect so I can follow up later. Okay, so now he's a prospect. This is amazing. I'm so happy that I was able to do this research, but I deployed 3 separate agents. By far, this one was the one that found the most information about him. So it's great that I can have this information, and I'll give him a call after my networking event to kind of tune in with him and see what he's doing. Now, is he active on LinkedIn? Yes, he's active on LinkedIn. He posted a few weeks ago. I'm going to save his recent activity link here so I can look at his activity after my networking event. All right, I got to go. I don't want to be late. Thank you very much for watching this. If you enjoyed this, say I enjoyed it. If you got value, let me know that you got value. If you want the bundle, hit me up. Tell me, Joe, I love the bundle that has the AI agent. Plus, it has tons of training on how to use LinkedIn. We have a massive training session coming up in just a few days. It's a 2-hour training session with me on how to leverage LinkedIn to get clients. If you want to learn how to do things like send out hundreds of messages, build relationships with people, just let me know. I'll talk to you soon. My name is Joe.